Good morning. Mike Scott here, the film critic at the Times-Picayune in New Orleans and NOLA.com. Welcome back to the Movie Cave for today's popcorn breakfast. Today is a chilly Thursday, January 8th, 2015. And we'll start today with 50 Shades of Grey, the big screen adaptation of the bondage-laced erotic novel from E.L. James. And ever since they announced that this book was going to make the jump to the big screen, everybody sort of wondered how in the world it was going to avoid the inevitable NC-17 rating, given the sexually charged nature of the book, and which would keep minors from seeing the film at all, even with parental approval. Now, looks like it's done it. The MPAA has released its rating for the film, and it's going to be rated R. Of course, the big question is, okay, well, why? What was the reasoning behind the rating? And that's really sort of the fun part of reading the MPAA ratings. It's sort of those short descriptors of the reasoning of why, or what was behind each rating, which are often unintentionally funny, or maybe they're intentionally funny, I don't know. And this one's interesting. So why was 50 Shades of Grey rated R? Well, there's graphic nudity. That's to be expected given the nature of the book. Also strong language, okay. But in addition to strong language, the very dialogue itself is cited as one of the reasons behind the film's rating. And then, most interestingly, some unusual behavior. I'm not really sure what that means. I think we can all imagine to a certain degree. A little bit vague, but also it's also intriguing. We're all going to have to wait a few weeks to find out exactly why the movie's rated R. It's not set to land in theaters until just before Valentine's Day on February 13th, 2015. Moving on a little bit to Kong Skull Island. This is Universal Pictures' sort of mysterious King Kong prequel, which apparently will pay homage to the original 1933 King Kong, at least take its lead from that one. And Universal sort of surprised everybody this time last year at Comic-Con when it first announced the film. Nobody had heard of it before. Since then, we've gotten a few more details on it. And now comes word that Michael Keaton is apparently in talks to join the cast of the film. Michael Keaton, of course, riding a career high with his performance in the award season contender Birdman. If he signs on, he'll be joining a cast that includes previously announced cast members Tom Hiddleston, as well as J.K. Simmons. The whole thing's going to be directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts, who you might remember directed The Kings of Summer not long ago. Kong Skull Island is due in theaters in March 2017. And then finally, today, our daily update, or so it seems, on The Interview, of course, the controversial comedy starring Seth Rogen and James Franco. It's already earned $36 million stateside in just a week and a half of release, in its limited theatrical release and its on-demand release. Now, it looks like, although Sony at one point had removed it from distribution entirely, it's going to go wider. It's going to go across the pond, in fact, and get a wide release in the UK, in England, and in Ireland, starting February 6th. So, it looks like this thing it cost $45 million to make. It's nudging ever closer to profitability. At this point, though, there are no plans for it to open in any other international territories. And that's all the time that I have for today. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.